again, like narcissistic behavior and gaslighting, it's such a really kind of overused term. So coming from your perspective, I would love to kind of encapsulate kind of this idea around gaslighting, when it is being used, when the right time to maybe define it as that, so we can get a better understanding of the right use of that language and when it applies. And then also maybe, what to do with it when it's coming at you.
Yeah, I think it is a term, and you bring up a good point. It's a term that we hear a lot. So I can give you my definition of it. My definition of gaslighting somebody is saying you're imagining this. So this is your anxiety. This is your distrust. This is your interpersonal issues. This is, that you're imagining this. This didn't happen at all. This is all in your mind. And there was a play in the 40s, I think it was, called Gaslight. And a man is I think he's adjusting the lighting up and down and telling his wife, no, you're imagining this. So it was gaslight that he was turning up and down in the play. So I think
Saying,
it's basically saying, yeah, this is you're imagining this. It's anxious.
but is there ever a time when then somebody is imagining it and they misinterpreted an action? So like that's what I'm trying to get the definition around, right?
Yeah, good
Because
point.
sometimes based on the way we interpret things, it could be all in my imagination, and it could be the story and the belief that I have told myself based on an action or something. Somebody had said something, right? Somebody says something, somebody does something. It is my thoughts that are going to create my feelings, and it's the stories and beliefs that I create. So sometimes we misaccuse or accuse somebody of something, but it is the actual story that I'm telling myself,
Very
and
good
it's not the
point.
truth.
Yes, very good point. Absolutely. You're right. Absolutely. What I try to encourage, and I try to do this in my own life, is to use I statements and to be evidence based. When you said this, and then you did this. It seemed to me, and this is the way I felt, as opposed to accusing. Once you accuse, the wall goes up, and then the defensiveness and the shame based justification begins. But if you say you said this, and then I read this, and then you looked at me this way, it seemed to me I felt this way. Let's have a conversation about it. And I think if we use more I statements and kept things tentative, I saw this evidence. To me, I felt this way as a result. We could have more productive conversations with each other. And we wouldn't need the defensiveness and the gaslighting. We could have more authentic conversations. I saw this, I
I
read this,
think that
right?
Yeah, I think that active listening, right? I mean, that's the activity that we participate in. Um, so when someone says something, you just check for understanding, right?
Exactly.
So somebody says something like, I saw I saw that you were scrolling down social media, and I saw three women came up on your feed.
And I felt this way.
And then, right. And, oh, and I immediately thought, like, who are these women? Right? Who are these women? And it made me feel uncomfortable. So were you, were
Can we
there three women? Yeah, can we talk about, were there three women on your feed? Yes. Um, my interpretation of that is that you might be engaging with
you
these women in
yeah,
in ways. I mean, of course, someone might get defensive if you say that. They really know I didn't. I don't know who those women are, but at the end of the day, maybe that's not even a good example. But at the end of the day,
great
it's
example.
about checking for understanding, because I do believe we live in a place of um, interpretation can get really skewed. So it's about, you know, what I hear you saying is X. Is that actually what you're saying, or is that just my interpretation of what you're saying? Because what's this, because again, I think we all make up stories. So some people immediately jump to the gaslight. Oh,
Yeah,
you're just,
that's right.
you're not listening to me, and you're not validating the fact that this is making me anxious,
Hmm.
or, but I think that it's the power of active listening, right? It's just like, what I hear you saying is X. Is that what you meant to say? Like, no, no, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. Did it come across as being like not sensitive or
And
right?
that's getting closure every day.
I
And
love that.
closing every day with some closure that we're mutually communicating. And if I see that you can't communicate or automatically get defensive, okay, well, that tells me something as well. That tells me something about us and something we need to maybe work on. But
And I
it's